Hi there, I'm Jamie Taylor. Welcome to Your Health Matters, brought to you by Kingman Regional Medical Center, your community-owned hospital. Every week on this program, I have a different guest, and we talk about programs, services, or healthcare issues relevant for you and your family. So I hope you'll stay tuned because I've got a great guest on the program. We'll be back right after these messages. Welcome back to Your Health Matters. My guest today is Don Wiles. He's the director of the Wellness Center here at KRMC. Thanks for being on the show.
Sure, thanks for having me, Jamie.
So you've been on the program before, but it's been a while.
Yeah.
And you've been doing some kind of cool, exciting things over at the Wellness Center in the past year and a half.
Yeah, we have.
So we want to talk about that today.
All right, great.
So let's start first, Silver Sneakers for our senior citizens. What is that program and how does that
Silver
work?
Sneakers is a program that if you have Medicare and you have a Medicare Advantage program, that Silver Sneakers can be a part of that program. And what it does is, as part of your insurance premium, it covers your gym membership at no cost to you.
So it's free?
It's free.
Wow,
And
that's a good price for seniors.
Yeah, it's a great price. Can't beat that.
No.
We get our reimbursement from Silver Sneakers through their
Medicare.
insurance carrier who covers the program. So it's a win-win, certainly, and we love the fact that we can offer that program for free. The insurance companies know that they keep their members healthier,
right,
and that they're going to live
longer
and longer lives,
not have as many health issues.
Absolutely. So it's a good thing. All you have to do to join that program is just come in here and bring your Silver Sneakers card, which they all should have. If not, they don't even need that. We can look them up on the website,
you can help
and we
them
can
figure out
instantly
if their insurance
check their
covers
eligibility. Yep.
Okay, that's cool. That's a good thing for them to know.
Yeah.
Now, they can call the main number too, right?
Yeah. 692-4600.
Excellent. And
Yeah.
then if they have questions, they can hook them up. For those of us that aren't quite there yet, I know you've done some changes to the wellness membership fees as well, right?
We have, yeah. About a year and a half ago or so, we made some changes, some big changes actually to our rate structure and to a lot of the fees that we charge to make it a little bit easier for people to join. We didn't want to have any barriers. We want everyone to be able to take advantage of the great facilities. So we lowered our rates substantially. We changed from a contract structure to just a month-to-month membership.
Which is a big thing for a lot of folks.
For a lot of people, you never know where you're going to be, a year from now or what might happen. So if you need to, for whatever reason, stop your membership, you can just cancel it, and that's all there is to it. So that's great. And then also we still do the same comprehensive evaluation and orientation at the beginning.
Okay.
We've reduced the price of that one more than half, substantially.
Wow.
So basically it costs less to join initially and costs less on your monthly dues.
That's
you can leave whenever you want.
That's great.
We don't want you to leave, but you can.
No, right. I think once they get in there, kind of get hooked too. If you get engaged, if you start coming to the classes. And that's another thing that's just so amazing, the wide variety of classes that you offer here.
Yeah, we do. We have, in our, we call our land-based classes, we have over 60 classes a week.
60?
Yeah.
I didn't realize there was that
Yeah, there's
many.
a lot.
Wow.
And they run the gamut from really low-level things where all the exercise is done seated.
Okay, that's like the arthritis classes?
Right.
Yeah,
to our really high-energy Zumba classes. We have
Right.
a bunch of Zumba classes. We even have what's called a Zumba Gold, which is for, again, for our older members who might not be comfortable in the full Zumba class.
Right.
It's designed for them. So
when it's, I think, a little less impact, right?
Less
so
impact,
a little
right.
softer on the joints.
Yeah. So it's all those options available, and everything in between, from yoga to Pilates to strength and stretching, and
you even have a country western line dancing.
Very popular class. Our line dancing
Yeah.
class is we do that in the basketball court, and it's always well attended. We also have what's called an easy line class. We have some strength equipment, which is, rather than having weights, it's actually resistance from shock absorbers, and we move all those in the basketball court in the circuit, and they go around the circuit, instructor led, and to music, and do that class. There's a lot of different options, and all those are included in the membership. There's no extra charge for that. You can just take them whenever you want.
That's also a huge thing.
Yeah.
That's really great for people to know, and that's all throughout the day.
It
I
is,
mean, it's whether, even if you're working, you can come in the evening or before work.
Yeah, and we try to. Yeah, you do. I know. I see you. We try to respond to our younger members now who are working, and they have to come in a little bit later and after work. And in that number of classes, that 60 classes, we also have 30+ classes in the pool as well.
In addition to, so it's 90 plus.
Yeah. So there's a lot of options if for some reason the land isn't your thing.
Right.
A lot of people have orthopedic issues
Right.
that they can't
yeah.
do that.
I've been taking the water classes
Yeah.
because of my knee. So.
So yes, the impact is substantially less, obviously, and still get a great workout. So yeah,
Yes,
there's a lot
absolutely.
of options there.
And you've got great, instructors for all of those classes. And I always encourage people when I'm telling them about the different classes, I say, well, if that one doesn't, if you don't like that one, try a different one.
Yeah.
Because you have different instructors and different kind of modus, ways they run them. So
That's right, and
sometimes-
I think that's one of the benefits of having so many different offerings is, you connect with your instructor, and if for some reason you're not connecting with an instructor, there's plenty of options available
Right,
to you. All of
right.
them have nationally recognized certifications and to
They've
teach
all
these
gone,
classes.
yeah, they didn't just like pick up a book and say, oh, I'm going to
Right.
teach Pilates.
Exactly, yeah, so we're confident that they're getting the latest and the greatest in a safe and effective way.
Right,
certainly.
that's great. And then, of course, we have the actual workout area itself,
Yeah.
everything from free weights to all the different exercise machines.
Yeah, we have a lot of equipment. As you know, we've packed it in there pretty tight. We have a lot of growth now, a lot of new members, and we want to meet that demand by having more equipment. We have a lot of new equipment. We always try to stay on the latest trends and get the new stuff in there. So if you've been in the Wellness Center in the past but haven't for a while, you're going to hardly recognize it, all the new stuff we've got
definitely
in there.
changed.
So there's a lot of options to meet the needs of the demographics of our membership, which go from kids to our seniors.
All the way up.
We have 7 to 8 members. I forget the number exactly. That are over 90 years old.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I know Maxine Burgess.
Yeah.
She was on my program not too long ago, and I had no idea she was going to be 90
Yeah.
on her next birthday.
And
You
she's
would
in great
never
shape.
guess
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And probably because she stays active and healthy, working out, and
Yeah.
probably the other 8 or whatever number, they're probably like her, I would bet.
Yeah, they are, and it's great to see that. And certainly
Absolutely.
it all contributes to
These, what do they
health.
call them, octogenarians? When they
And
get
I don't know.
something like that when they get over a certain
It's a
age.
lot, yeah.
It's a lot. Lots of years they've seen. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
Well, and I think another good thing for new people who have either never been here or not really exercised good, that you also have people here to answer questions.
Yeah,
So
we do,
you don't
yeah.
just like throw them out there on the floor and go, okay, go exercise.
Yeah, we want to, we as in our connection, obviously, with Kingdom Regional Medical Center as part of the organization, we want to make sure that we provide the highest level of medical-based fitness that we can. So
Okay.
we try to differentiate ourselves from that the regular fitness centers in that you get a comprehensive evaluation on not only your activity level, your fitness level, your current state of health, but also your eating habits and nutrition level. We have a class that's offered by our dietitian, Jennifer Hardy, who runs that class for us and tells you everything you need to know about how to eat for exercise, how to lose weight, how to gain weight, whatever the case may be. So
I've never had a problem gaining weight. No.
yeah, you teach the class. I mean,
I could teach that one.
But there's, we feel from start to finish, you want it to be a really good experience and get off on the right foot and help you to get the right program that's designed specifically for you. And
That's great.
certainly if you have a condition, a medical condition, a medication, an orthopedic problem, we want to make sure that we're not making conditions worse, but we're also going to try our best to kind of help to alleviate
Help
those problems.
strengthen, right, and build the muscles up and all that. So I know we talked about the pool, and they have the different aerobic classes in the pool, but then it's also open for like family swim and
Yeah.
lap swim too, right?
Yeah, we all throughout the day. There's always at least one lane open for lap swimmers.
Okay.
It's important to do that. People want to get their workout, and in many cases, 2 and 3 lanes open. Family swim times are offered middle of the day, and then in the evenings, and then most of the day on the weekends.
Okay.
So there's plenty of time available to bring the kids and get some fun time
Fun
in the
time
pool.
in there too. And then
Yeah.
you've got the jacuzzi for relaxing those stress muscles.
Yeah, we do. That's a comfortable 103, 104 degrees.
That's
So
pretty
it's,
sweet. It's
yeah.
nice in there.
Yeah.
Very good. And then, of course, you also have the outside area, the walking, what do they call that, walking track?
Yeah,
Or running
yeah,
track that's
yeah.
out there?
Yeah, it's if people like to walk outside and don't have to worry about pollution and dogs and animals
Right,
chasing
right.
them, then that's it's an 1/8 of a mile track, so 8 laps around
Okay.
to the mile. We also have a stand volleyball court out there, and we also have a picnic area,
Right.
which you can rent that and
Oh, I
the
didn't
pool
think about
for
that,
birthday
yeah.
parties. Yeah.
And we can do that with our conference rooms too, right? They
Right,
can, if they
yeah.
want to have a birthday party now. So if someone has a birthday party here, what does that entail? What do they get to do?
Well, basically whatever they want. We kind of tailor the the facility towards what they want. A lot of them will play basketball with the kids. They'll take the basketball
fun.
court. A lot of them will just swim. They'll play outside. We'll organize games and events for them.
Oh, I
The
didn't
conference
know
rooms
that.
we'll use for the cake and the,
Yeah,
and the
and the
refreshments and things like that.
Presents,
So,
important things.
yeah, and our members get it at a really reasonable rate. So we
Oh, very
don't.
good.
We like to make it something that's easy
It's
for them to do.
all inclusive.
Yeah.
That's very cool. And when I was talking about earlier that you have people to answer questions, I think, and correct me, I might be wrong, but that you have some, like if I'm a new member, someone that'll show me the different equipment, how to use it.
Right.
Make sure you've got the
Yeah.
weight adjusted properly.
Yeah, that's part of the initial evaluation that every member
Yeah,
gets,
okay.
is that walkthrough and show you how to use all the equipment, and they're always there to help you.
So even later, after you've been here,
there's-
I could go up now after all these many years and say, okay, Amanda, show me. I haven't used this one. How do I? you
Yeah,
know?
absolutely. There's always someone there to help you. If you want that enhanced level of service, we have personal trainers
That's
available,
the
certainly.
next thing, yes.
Yeah.
So you can hire them for like hour segments, right? They have
Yeah.
packages.
Yeah, and you can either do it as an individual or in a group. If you have 2 or 3 of you that want to train together, the cost is substantially cheaper, and a lot of
thought
times
about
it
that.
provides motivation
Yes.
to have someone there doing
Yeah.
it along with you. And,
Yes.
and the ability to, one of the reasons people hire trainers is because they want that accountability.
Yep, that
That
makes
it's
a
gonna-
difference.
It does. It's gonna, I know
does.
you've done it
Yeah,
before. It's
yeah.
going to make you show up and be there. You're not going to let them down. And if you do it in a group, you don't want to let your partners down
Right.
either.
yeah.
So
Well, and they kind of push you a little further than you probably would do it on your own.
Right,
You know,
yeah.
a couple more extra lifts
that's
or
right, yeah.
a little higher weight. It's just, oh, come on, you can do that.
Sorry, a little
one
peer
more.
pressure.
Just
is
do
it
one
helpful?
more. I'm like, no. It does make a difference. I think we're a little easier on ourselves.
It's true.
Then,
yeah,
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
true. It does make it. We have some really good trainers. Again, they're all nationally certified
That's
trainers,
good to know.
and all ages and genders. So you can find someone that you can relate to. Hopefully,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's important.
Right, absolutely. Yes, I don't want someone really skinny and buff that's going to show me. Well, and then our racquetball courts, of course, that's the other thing. People,
Yeah.
now, do you have to have your own racket?
No, we have equipment. You can
Okay.
check out balls and rackets and goggles at no charge to
Okay.
use the racquetball courts. They're great courts. They're in great shape, and it's still a fun game to play. We also, have on our basketball court, we have a group that comes in on Thursday nights and plays volleyball in there. We set up a net in the basketball court,
Really?
and plays volleyball.
I
so
didn't know that.
we just started doing that recently.
Okay.
And it's been a big hit. And
So they
there's-
just kind of form their own teams
yeah,
and they're playing
yeah,
it?
yeah.
That's a good thing. Is that open to
Anybody can
regulars?
play. Yeah, we just have designated that Thursday night as our volleyball night.
Okay.
And it's set
So
up in there.
no basketball
No
Thursday
basketball
nights.
during that 2-hour period. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's good to know you've got that kind of flexibility so maybe even if there's other people that have something else they'd like to talk to you about maybe doing something.
Yeah,
then they could
absolutely.
call
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, we're always open to suggestions, There's a lot
Yeah.
of great ideas out there. That's one of the things we find working with our seniors is they've all lived rich and full lives and have a great experience
Right.
base that we can draw on, and it's good to get
Yeah.
some feedback from people.
That is good. And now with the new program, I know it used to be that there were certain times you could get a less expensive, or not less expensive, but a lesser rate for like middle of the day off-peak times. Do we still do stuff like that?
We don't only because we've lowered our rates so
Right,
much now. We
kind
think
of
that
the same all the way around.
Yeah.
And truthfully, I mean, coming in at all those different times like that, I think it's great because you see they kind of form their own little social clubs.
Yeah.
They're over there by the coffee machine. They work out for. I always tease them. I'm like, are you exercising or just drinking coffee? Where's the sweat?
Well, and you hit on a great point there because, the social aspect, that's why classes are so important. And and in the Wellness Center Members Lounge, it's important that they can get together and talk because, our treadmills a treadmill's a treadmill, a dumbbell is a dumbbell. It weighs the same here as it does at the club down the street.
Yeah.
But the reason you stay somewhere is because the relationships you build with other people.
Yeah.
And I think that's really critical that
Absolutely.
they do that.
I want to talk a little bit more about that, but we have to take a quick break. So we'll be back right after these messages. Welcome back to Your Health Matters. My guest today is Don Wiles, the director of the Wellness Center. Thanks again for being on the show, Don.
Sure, my pleasure.
So we were talking just before the break about the importance of social, if you would, with your workout. So why is that so important?
Yeah, as you mentioned, when you have a partner and you're doing personal
Right.
training, it makes it a little more palatable. It makes it fun to have
Right,
your,
yeah.
you know, you're both misery loves company,
Yeah.
so to speak, and you're pushing each other in a friendly way.
Yes.
And it makes it kind of more rewarding. But in another sense, when you have a place to go where you know you're going to see familiar faces and happy faces and people that can relate to you and what you're doing, because they're doing the same thing, and life experiences and everything else, it makes it something you look forward to. And that helps greatly with adherence and sticking with it and doing
Absolutely.
it. If you just come into a place and you know, it's cold, and you know, I stress with my staff that it's so important that we make their experience here the best part of their day every day. When they walk in the door, we greet them. We know them by name.
Yep.
Because who doesn't like to be called by their name when they go
Absolutely.
somewhere?
Yeah.
And we say goodbye to them. And if we walk within, we have a 3-foot rule. If you walk within 3 feet of me, I'm going to say hi to you and ask how you're doing.
Good, good.
So it's important that they get that, and they go, wow, they know me here, they like me here, they care about me here, and all my friends are here.
Right.
So I look forward to coming and going.
And then they get the most value out of their membership,
Yeah.
which is good for us because then that means they're going to stay.
Yeah, if they just
Keep
come in
coming
and
back.
no one says hi to them, and they just
Right.
walk to the treadmill and they walk out the door and don't have any interaction with anybody, it's like that's not a very valuable experience
Right,
for them.
yeah, it's not too enjoyable.
Yeah.
Get that anywhere. So that's cool.
That's right,
It's a
yeah.
good culture that you've built here, I think, at the Wellness Center.
Yeah,
And
I
I've
think
really
so.
seen that over the last few years, the growth of your staff and the facilities that you've added. It's been very cool.
You know, and that's, you know, we just draw that right from KRMC and the values that they bring to
Right.
the patients in the hospital, and we just carry that over here, certainly. Yeah.
Well, and one of the goals is to keep people healthy so they don't become patients, right?
That's right.
It's a good
Exactly
thing.
right.
It's a good thing.
Or if they do, they're going to get better quicker.
There
and
you
they're gonna
go,
come back
right.
in, yeah.
And then they can come back here for rehab, which we talked about during the break. We've got our cardiac rehab program
Yeah.
is right here in the Wellness Center. So if people in here working out themselves, they'll see the folks kind of in that corner. In fact, some of that equipment is available except during certain hours when rehab's using
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And that, I think, and I've had them on the program before too, we've talked about how frightening it's got to be when you've had a heart attack and you almost die. Then it's got to be scary to think about exercising because you're kind of like, I don't want to stress my heart again.
Yeah.
So that program is huge, I would think. You know, I haven't experienced it yet myself, but I would
Well,
just imagine.
It really is, and like you say, it can be a very frightening time. And exactly as you pointed out, they're afraid. I don't want to do anything to have,
Yeah.
but in many cases, the reason that they probably had the heart attack is because of a sedentary lifestyle
Right.
and the changes that occurred over many, many years. So it's an accepted modality of rehabilitation to strengthen the heart through exercise if done properly and safely
Right.
and under supervision.
Yeah.
You know, we have in our staff, we've got an RN with a master's degree and decades of experience, and we've got an exercise-trained physiologist, degreed physiologist who run that program and have been for many years. And they all wear monitors, so we're watching what's going on in the heart
Right.
the entire time they're there. They're in constant contact with their physicians, if need be, to know what's going on and giving them feedback on what's going on. We have our physician who comes in and checks the progress as well. And if there's any issues with heart rate, with medication, with blood pressure, or anything, then our staff knows what to do. They contact the physician, they make sure everybody's safe and everybody's doing things the right
Yeah.
way. So when they get done, they're confident that their heart is stronger than when they started.
Right.
Then we want them to transition into being a wellness center member and
Right,
continue
and
that. So we
continue
don't
to
have
work
to
out.
see them again in
Right,
cardiac
yes,
rehab.
exactly.
Yeah.
We'd much rather see them upright
That's right.
and
That's right.
moving. That's cool. And, you know, again, I think to me, an amazing part of the gift that we give to our community is that the Wellness Center covers this whole spectrum, including our weight loss program. You're probably wondering, where's she going with that? No, but with the weight loss, we have the OptiFast program now
Yeah.
that's part of the Wellness Center as well.
Yeah.
So, and we've had Jennifer on the program talking about that, and it's changing your eating.
It is. You know, Jennifer Hardy is our dietitian, and she runs that program for us. It's a medically based weight loss program. So it starts with a visit to our physician, and Dr. Kevin Brown on our staff, and
Okay.
he sees you and he makes sure that everything's okay for you to start this program.
Right.
And then you have weekly visits with our nurse practitioners and Jennifer, our dietitian, and there's weekly education classes, and there's food. There's meal replacement food that you can get from us, and what that does is you're on the meal replacements for a certain time period, and that just kind of gets you on that jump start and lets you lose a lot of weight quickly.
Okay.
Most patients lose over 50 pounds during the course of their time with OptiFast, and then near the end you transition into eating regular food again, but still you can eat some of the OptiFast products if you want to as part of your transition meals as you go forward. So you're not going to put that weight back on. As we know, many people start diets and do really well.
That's what I was just going to ask about, how you keep it off. The maintenance side of it is the biggest challenge.
It is. It is. It's tough, you know, and we're surrounded by food everywhere we go all the time. It's tough not to indulge. So the education sessions are important to learn how to make the right kind of choices in situations where you could make the wrong choice, certainly.
Yeah. Or like if you eat out, or
and how to,
you're at parties, things like that. And
exactly
that's
right.
tough.
So, and you know, the one thing about the OptiFast program, because it includes not only the medical component, but the food component and the dietitian education component, people keep their weight off longer in research compared to other types of weight loss programs. So they do really well on that. So we're happy with that, and you know, it's a program that's been tested in many hospital systems across the country for many years.
So it's
we're
really kind of
confident in adding
healthcare
it.
based. I mean,
It
it's,
is, yeah.
It's not just a diet plan. It comes from the health side of it.
It does. It does. Yeah. So it's well tested and well documented and well researched. So we're confident that it's a viable, safe, effective program that people can stick with.
Yeah. So that, and then of course you lose that weight, and then you get into the exercise side of it and keep it off from burning the calories.
It's all tied in, certainly.
Yeah.
And we want them, the ones that want to, we try to encourage them to exercise while they're on the program.
Okay.
And we offer them a little discount membership in the
that's
Wellness
good.
Center while they're on the program,
Kind
certainly,
of,
so
again,
they can
to
do
get
that.
them in there and
It's all
keep
about,
an
as you know, it's all about forming habits.
Yes.
And once you get in the habit of doing something, it makes it so much easier to just make it part of your day and part of your life. And so we need to just make sure that we have the tools to teach people how to do that.
Yeah. And I always tell people, you know, you got to get up off the couch and go out the front door.
Step one.
in order to make life changes or to
Yeah.
have something to do. We always joke about, oh, there's nothing to do in Kingman. I'm like, really? Do you want my calendar? Because it's pretty packed. But again, you have to get off the couch. You got to go out the front door, and then there's things to do.
It doesn't come to you. That's
No,
right.
Exactly. And the same with the healthy lifestyle. You know, you can't stay on the couch and watch the exercise programs on TV. That's not burning calories.
Well, you know, and we see this all the time. People think that, well, I'm too far gone, it's not going to do me any good, or I'm too old. And that's one of the things we try to encourage our seniors with the Silver Sneakers program, is you're never too old to start. You can see tremendous progress at any age,
That's
especially
a good point.
especially if you're deconditioned, haven't done anything for years and years. You're going to see progress really fast because you're starting at a really low level.
That's true. So anything's an improvement.
Yeah,
Right?
and it's very encouraging to say, wow, look at that, I didn't think I could do that.
Yeah.
And so that's I think is a good motivator for that.
That's
But you got to get, like you said, you got to get off the couch and
get
get out
up
the
and
door
off and
and get
gotta
here.
quit watching the show, shut it off now, go call Don.
That's right.
Well, that's cool. And I think that, like we said, there's such a wide gamut of things that the Wellness Center offers here. So if you don't like working on the treadmill or the bike, then you can take a Zumba class or aerobics class, or learn how to country line dance. I mean, that's good exercise.
Yeah,
You know,
it
it's
really
fun
is, yeah.
At the same time.
Or
And
jump in
there's
the pool, yeah.
Yeah.
We got it all. So we think it's a very well-rounded, multi-purpose facility for all ages. You know, we have in the summer coming up, we have a couple
Oh,
of
I
programs
forgot
for the
about that, the
kids.
boot camp, right.
We have kids boot camp coming up
Okay.
for the little kids.
That's
and,
fun.
And then we have a class for the older kids, the teenagers as well.
Okay.
So we've
And
had
that's
good
important too. We got to
success.
catch these kids young, get them trained early, because of course we all know obesity, even in our schools, is a problem now.
Yeah,
So-
and you know, the physical education seems to be one of the things that gets cut first, and
Yeah.
for kids, and so it's important that we try to stem the tide here a bit. And
Well, Don, thank you for being on the show,
Oh, my
for
pleasure.
sharing all of
Thanks.
this information. You can call Don, 692-4600 is the main number to learn more. Thanks for joining us. I'll have another great guest next week.